Is there crisis at Old Trafford for Jose Mourinho after losing yet another league game to Watford? He heads into our next match round and he takes on Claudio Ranieri, the man he took over from at Stamford Bridge. Can he get it right? And what will happen at the showdown between Arsenal and Chelsea? My name is Nathan Quao and welcome to our preview of match week 6 of the Premier League here on Citi 97.3. Rahman Osman joins me for another preview session. Rahman, it's been a very difficult period for Jose Mourinho. He lost again over the weekend and he has a more complex challenge. He takes on Leicester at Old Trafford on Saturday in our first commentary game on Citi 97.3.
Well, that's a difficult one in all dimensions and in estimation because his last game for Chelsea was against Leicester, if you remember.
Yeah.
He was beaten by Riyad Mahrez and he never came back. He walked away. He's gotten a new challenge. But it's alarming, especially the way his side is playing. I've seen Jose Mourinho for the last 14 years. I've never seen his team play that poorly. Not even the Chelsea side that was full of problems last season. They've lost 3 games on the bounce, and that's very, very unlike Jose Mourinho. Maybe sometimes you need to go down before you can actually come back. Some people say it has to get worse before it gets better. Maybe so. But I can point out a lot of problems in that team. Defense is all over the place.
Okay.
To stand a chance against Leicester, they will have to improve the defense.
Okay, so they will have to get it right in terms of the defense. We saw how terrible they were against Watford the other day. Anthony Martial's decision making. Some say it was a foul, agreed, but I still think that Martial could have acted very quick. He could have reacted better to that situation. We saw Eric Bailly in this episode with Isaac's success. It's all over the trends on Twitter. Yes, all of a sudden by getting it wrong. Chris Smalling is all over the place. What kind of a problem does Leicester City pose to Manchester United? Last season, this game ended 1-1 at a time when Leicester were close to winning the Premier League. They won 3-0 over the weekend, but are they in a position where they can come to Old Trafford and cause problems for Manchester United?
Yeah, on the evidence of the performance against Watford, anything is possible these days. I saw a very timid Feyenoord side actually breeze through Manchester United and they fail to create chances, and that's where my problems are. The chances, you've got to create a lot, then you can actually point out to strikers and say we are creating but our strikers are being wasteful. The chances are not coming and they are not cutting teams open, and when you do that you give opponents the confidence to come at you. Leicester have had their own challenges, but you see there's a beauty in winning a game. They went into the Champions League and they won heavily. Yes. Is giving them confidence. Over the weekend also against Burnley, they were special.
By the same score.
Exactly. And so they come into this game knowing very well that United psychologically are not in the best of shapes, and they'll try to play on that. Player v player, I think United have got the caliber to go through. Jose Mourinho, this will test us and tell us if indeed he's truly the special one that he says. How will Leicester do it? I think this time they want to play differently. Islam Slimani brings something different to the game. He's not a Vardy, he doesn't have pace, but he's got something Vardy does not have, and that's height. He wants to play the ball through the air. They saw against Burnley that he could be effective. Yeah, if they are able to get the crosses right, you have a bet in that one of them might set up for him. Now United have got problems. Who do they play? Chris Smalling or Daley Blind? Daley Blind is not the most strong defender in the air, but what he lacks in the air he's got with his legs. But he's coming up against a striker that wants to play in the air. Should United stick or twist?
We'll see. It's a very complex situation for Jose Mourinho and his Manchester United side. He will demand changes. The jury really is out on Wayne Rooney, and so we'll see whether Rooney gets to play again. If he does play, or when he does play, where exactly he will figure in the plans. But for Leicester City, this looks like a good opportunity to go out, get themselves into a very, very great place on the table and kick on from there. But man, the other game that interests all of us is a tie between Arsenal and Chelsea. This match has always been exciting, whether it's Jose Mourinho versus Arsene Wenger, whether it's Ranieri versus Arsene Wenger. Now it's Antonio Conte hoping to react to that 2-1 loss at home to Liverpool. But this time they play at Arsenal, who, according to Arsene Wenger, are beginning to get stronger. Can they beat Chelsea? Last season, this game ended 1-0 in favour of Chelsea. Arsenal struggled the entire game. Per Mertesacker got sent off. They didn't recover, but this season, I'm sure they want revenge.
Well, Chelsea have got one thing positive this season. That's Diego Costa. He's scoring goals. Even when they are losing, he's scoring goals. And Costa has scored a lot of goals against Arsenal also. He knows how to play against them. Arsenal have got a German defender who is highly rated, Shkodran Mustafi.
Yes.
And he played very well also. One of the things that will define the game for me is Chelsea's attack against Arsenal's defense, because Costa these days is a sure bet to score. But the reaction of the Arsenal players, if he scores, will be very crucial. Now, you made mention of Chelsea's defeat to Liverpool. That was the very first time they had lost a game this season. So psychologically, we'll get to see a different side of their game, how they react to going down. No team will eventually go without being defeated, but your ability to bounce back when you have been defeated will really tell us, and it will tell us how well Conte is playing. Another player in the preposition is Eden Hazard. He's been able to come out good in the first few games. He was anonymous in the game against Liverpool.
And that's an important point, because you need him to play the big games for you,
exactly.
and he did not do so against Liverpool.
We'll tell if indeed it was just a flash in the pan, or indeed the best player, according to Jose Mourinho, in his time at Chelsea, has really found his form again. If these two players can be counted, and of course, Chelsea will be without their skipper, John Terry. David Luiz deputized for him, but I was not convinced. Maybe it was his second debut. We'll see if he's the good guy that has been brought in by Conte.
Well, Chelsea need to respond. Like Rahman said, John Terry will not be playing in this particular encounter. So David Luiz gets to play again against an Arsenal forward line that can be extremely difficult. Alexis Sanchez beginning to find the goals here and there, and he will try to ask a few questions of that Chelsea backline. Will Antonio Conte twist a little? Because you've seen the Matic, Kante, Rahman. People have been talking about this combination where Matic and Kante, and there's Fabregas who should be playing, there's Oscar. How should Antonio Conte approach this game? Should he be concerned, with the thought of losing, that he should still play two holders, or this time he should provide Fabregas an opportunity to play against his former team and possibly punish them?
If you ask me, I think that he should. The two axes is even very small. I think that Arsenal, like you made mention, Alexis Sanchez is beginning to find goals. Perez got a good goal, and Granit Xhaka had a belter against Hull City. So the confidence is high there. One of the things that will go for Chelsea is their defensive solidity. Now, they cannot afford to be open against Arsenal, who are free-flowing. I think that what they need to do is that try to find a blend between playing either Fabregas or Oscar. I don't think he should temper with Matic and Kante.
You still believe that those two should play in front of Chelsea's defense?
Because Chelsea's defense cannot be trusted. There's a mistake in Cahill waiting to happen anytime. They do not have John Terry, and so you cannot trust that partnership. You would be leaving yourself exposed if you think that you can open it up and go for broke. I don't think so. I don't think Conte will do that. What he will try to do is assess how effective Oscar has been in that number 10 role. If he's not even doing very good, he could bring in Willian in the middle, try to play someone else out wide, or go the legendary 3-back he's become very famous with. Yeah. Just try something new to outthink Arsene Wenger, because I don't think, and I'm beginning to really think that playing even two holding midfielders like he's doing is not that secure again. We saw them against Liverpool, and it was nothing, absolutely nothing to write home about.
Or Jurgen Klopp's men found a way round, the double pivot of N'Golo Kante and Nemanja Matic. Fabregas tried to cut them apart in that second half. It just didn't work, but we'll see. So that's it for our big games. Now we've got other games, Rahman, and quickly on Liverpool and Hull City. We've seen the best side of Liverpool, and there are days when they won't turn up and play any great football. But Hull City need to react. Can they give Liverpool problems at Anfield, or for you will be a repeat of that win over Leicester City from last weekend?
Well, Hull City had not tasted what it felt to be defeated until that late Marcus Rashford goal. United maintained their momentum. Gone on from there, they've gone on to lose games. They were thumped by Arsenal. I agree, sometimes the vibe is good when you're not losing, but Hull City have got to respond. They take on Liverpool, who we understand don't do very well against the very smaller teams. So we saw them against Burnley and all that. They say it's all not true. So they've reacted very well after going down. They picked up 7 points after playing Arsenal, Spurs, and then recently playing Chelsea. That's very huge. That's very huge. But against a different Hull that will try to sit deep, Liverpool will have to come out with a boost in trying to open a team that is very defensive, and also try to break a psychological barrier of not doing very well against a very small team. I think Liverpool are in splendid shape, but their ability to challenge for the title will be in games like Hull, Burnley, maybe Middlesbrough and all.
We'll see. Jurgen Klopp may come up against the Tigers of Hull City. That's our game on Saturday. It's our second game on Saturday, as we'll be enjoying the City Business Olympics. There's West Ham versus Southampton, and there's Burnley on Watford, or Burnley playing against Watford on Monday night. But do remember that on Saturday, September 24th, is the City Business Olympics. So we'll enjoy Man United and Leicester, Liverpool and Hull, Arsenal and Chelsea, all at the Burma Camp Leisure Centre. Do get your company to sign up. If you've signed up, great news. Get ready, because it will be fantastic at the Burma Camp Leisure Centre on Saturday, September 24th. Rahman and Osman, join me. My name is Nathan Quao. This has been the preview show exclusive to Citi TV. Catch us on air, online and on social media on Saturday, Sunday, Monday as we serve you week 6 of the English Premier League. Enjoy.